Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a quick overview slash review for Woodle Tree 2 Deluxe on the Xbox One. Now it comes out tomorrow on the 17th of April 2020. Now I'd like to thank the developers Chubby Pixel Games for providing me a review copy to have a play with. I actually played the first one, Woodle Tree Adventures, on the Xbox last year, and it was okay. It was a very indie sort of platforming game. It only lasted a couple of hours if you were getting all the achievements and stuff like that. But I've seen the videos of Woodle Tree 2 on Switch and Steam and stuff like that, and I've been waiting for it to come out on Xbox for a while, so I jumped to the chance to have a go. I'll talk about the good things first. This is 100% better than the original game. So the graphics are still simple, but it's definitely an improvement. It's got a better story now. It's got sort of cutscenes. Instead of it just being like a little tiny hub and then loading separate levels as you go, like the first game did, this one is all just one big giant world. And that sort of unlocks as you play. So you start the first zone. I think there's 8 zones all in, and like a hub world, which like a hub zone, like a little town and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a lot bigger. Each sort of zone will take you anywhere from sort of like half an hour to sort of like an hour to complete. The basic story is all the teardrops have been stolen from all the guardians, and your job is to go and get those teardrops back, and there's 3 per zone. You get all 3, that guardian then comes back to life as such. What is good though, I noticed, is I'm fairly sure is the big guardian in this game that sent you on the quest is actually the hero of the first game, basically grown into a tree, which I thought was pretty decent. But yeah, the controls are better, the camera's better, the openness of the world is great. Like I say, once you've done the starting zone, you can basically pick whichever areas you want to go to do next. And then, like I say, there's different ones. There's sort of like the snow, the snowy like mountains. There's a cave. There's a grass one. There's a sand one. There's all sorts of different areas you can choose, and they've all got different enemies as well as sort of generic enemies. You can still upgrade like you could in the first game, so you can upgrade your weapon like your leaf. However, with this one, there's more customization. You get masks, hats, and there's all sorts to like add to your character. There's a lot more to collect in this game. With the first one, it was sort of like get to the end of the level, collect the things, and collect a certain amount on each level of the what they call the fruit or berries on the first game. Whereas this one, the berries generically respawn, the standard ones, but there are extra berries now which are blue, and they are limited to so many in area. So there's a second thing to collect there. On top of that, they've added all sorts of more platforming stuff. So there's characters to save, sort of like for a band, so you've got to unlock them. There's secret, like lost flowers you have to wake up, is what they're called, and basically they're sort of like more challenging mini levels. So you'll go on a portal, teleport to these areas, and it's sort of like get from one end to the other. And they're a bit more tricky, and there's 12 of them, so it adds a bit more with that as well. But yeah, like I say, I've played a few hours now. I haven't finished the game fully. I'll explain why in a minute. I've finished 4 of the worlds, and like I say, I'm putting about 45 minutes to an hour into each world. I've not collected all the blue berries yet. Some of them you need to have. I've realised as I progress, you need to have certain power-ups to be able to break things to get through to them and stuff like that. So my aim is to play after doing it on the first one, trying to get them all. I've decided to just play the game, and then I'll go back and unlock all the find all the hidden collectibles and stuff like that. Here's the negatives though. I don't know whether it's just my copy or it's a pre-release copy or what, but I've had a ton of bugs while playing. Now, these started off small, sort of like you'd click to open a door and the door wouldn't move, but you could run through it after a while if you got a right way you could run through it, like it was open but it was still there. I've seen bridges that are supposed to come out haven't come out, but they still act as there. Lots of flickering of the, like on the water, especially in the ice area. You could really see the graphical glitches, and there was also bits where it was showing me there was floor. I'd step on it and fall through, and then later on I loaded it back in. I don't know if I'd gone to a different area and come back, or I'd rebooted the game, and there wasn't even anything there. So it was showing me things that were there, and it was blocking my view and giving me the impression there was flooring, but that wasn't there. And then, as well, the worst one I found is I'd just fall through the floor. I'll just be walking along and suddenly I'll drop through the floor. And this has happened about 7 or 8 times now, to the point of it stopped me playing it at one point. I had to switch off because I was so frustrated. I tried different ways and I just kept falling through floors. Now, this might get fixed on release. I am going to pass this on to them, the feedback, to see if it's a glitch. And I'm playing this on the Xbox One X. But yeah, the glitches and the graphics have really put me off what is an actually really improved game overall for such a small company. It's a huge world in size compared to the first one. I mean, if you played the first one, you'll be blown away by this. But the amount of glitches and stuff like that, it really spoils the experience I've been having. But like I say, I am going to keep playing at it. I will do a final review once I finish the game, and I'll give it a little bit after release to see if they patch any of these fixes in and to fix all the issues. But yeah, Woodle Tree's not bad. Tree 2, should I say. The one other big bonus is it has multiplayer, so you can co-op with a friend, and second pad, same screen, so couch co-op, and they'll play as a little fox. And you say you've got all the leveling up you got in the first game, getting the new abilities, the power-ups, and stuff like that. There's just so much more to do. Like I say, you're looking at, I've put about 5 hours in so far, after playing around with the first area, trying to collect everything, and then just exploring, just while I couldn't do certain bits. It's definitely worth picking up. Achievement hunters won't like it as much due to the fact there's a lot more to do. And it's not a hard game, it's quite a very basic platformer, but it's something that Xbox doesn't have enough of. But you're going to have to put a lot more work in for this, because obviously instead of it just being like 15 levels, it's 8 massive areas. You've got to find all the berries, you've got to unlock all the characters, you've got to do all the extra missions, you've got to buy all the hats, buy all the masks, buy all the power-ups. But I feel like if you just play the game, you're going to get the majority of them as you go, and then it'll just be a quick couple of hours max running around, catching up and getting all the other bits. But yeah, definitely check this out. I believe it's due to release tomorrow, 17th of April, on Xbox. So pick it up. Like I say, it's definitely worth playing. It's a definite improvement if you enjoyed the first one. It's also good for kids. I like to say my kids quite enjoyed watching me play it and wanted to play along this co-op. But be wary that I've suffered a lot of glitches, to the point it was making it unplayable. But we'll see how that goes as we're going on, and hopefully in time they'll all get fixed. Well, that's it for today. Just like I say, I'd like to thank them for sending me a review copy of this game. I'm going to keep putting the effort in to get to the end of it, and obviously I'll send a full review up onto YouTube once I've got to the end. Like I say, but that'll probably be next week after release, because I'm just going to wait and see if they patch it up before I give like a full, super in-depth review.